Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now, some people like their steak medium rare grilled. Others like their skin medium red roasted. And they are right. In order to have a refreshing dip on the sea, there is nothing like to get warm before. How do you like to deliver your social speeches? Today, Mark Cano will be delivering a social speech. How do you, sorry, because digital communicators worth it. Because digital communicators worth it, Mark Cano.
Good evening, good morning, or good afternoon, dear fellow Toastmasters and guests from all over the world. Today, it is my pleasure to announce the winner of the Toastmasters unofficial Best SDG for Only Online Club Award. Every single Toastmasters Club on this list were nominated and eligible to be awarded. It was an extremely hard decision to make because there are so many deserving clubs. As you know, every single Toastmasters online, in person, or hybrid club has their uniqueness, because every single club is formed by a group of people like here who create a very special learning community. Thank you all for your commitment to youth and adult learning. This club was officially chartered on the 18th of February 2021. It has been running for a relatively short period of time. However, it has reached outstanding goals and keeps offering growth opportunities for those committed members who want to make a difference in the world. This advanced club comprises a bunch of exemplary members who definitely want to make progress, both personally and professionally. This unique online club is always on the lookout for new digital tools to offer its members the possibility to develop their digital skills. Nowadays, it comes with 3 tech tool licenses: Mentimeter, Prezi, and Bloom. This club succeeds in creating a supportive and challenging environment, allowing its members to move out of our comfort zone by getting us involved in high-performing events such as the virtual play. It could be any one of us by Alan Akbar, directed by DTM and Bennett here present. The event organized by Kavita Dulai with awe-inspiring speeches, or high-performing team events like the VTM Con, co-led by our former president Nick Lahan. I am grateful to be a member of this excellent club, which is aligned with the Sustainable Development Goal number 4, no other than the education goal. One of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals in the Agenda 2030. In particular, it aims to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. And what better example to contribute to it Then digital communicators. Join me in welcoming digital communicators' current president, the stupendous, spectacular, and stunning Pam Rowley, who will be spotlighted on the virtual stage on behalf of Digital Communicators Toastmaster Club. Toastmaster of the day.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Marcano. Now, it's time that we do another specialty of this club. It's time that we dive in leadership principles for the digital age. Our second speaker, Christine, brings three things to have in mind when getting your team to adopt and use online apps for productivity. Please put your hands together for Christine.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. All right, so as you can see, you have a big timer going up, and on my screen, it's already started. I've got less than 6 minutes to share with you what I want to share with you. So here goes. Like the Toastmasters just introduced to you, ladies and gentlemen, there are three things that if you're a leader, whether a new one or starting, irrespective if you're working, you're in a professional corporate organization, in Toastmasters, these are the three things you need to be aware of. You need to get connected, be integrated, and productive. What am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about you working with your team and the spread all over the world. If not all over the world, all over your country. In short, you and your team are not in the same physical space. If that's the case for you right now in digital communicators, in online presenters, in any club of your choice, raise your hand on the screen. You are with your team all over the place, all over the world in different time zones. If yes, you need or you're already connected, integrated, and productive. Well, at least you hope you are. And here's the thing. After you've looked for, and looked for so many apps on productivity, from Evernote to Dropbox to even the Google Workspace, you identified a list of things to do. To-do list, planner, calendar, tracking, clients, prospects, finances, events, ... And then you've done something else. You've managed to convince the following people in your team to adopt them. You shared a brainstorming session. You ran the brainstorming session, and everyone told you, we are going to adopt them. But guess what? Here's the thing. You don't know if it's working. Even if it's working, it's not working to your liking. And if it's not working, you don't know what's wrong. If you found yourself in one of these three situations, just type yes in the chat at any given point in your leadership journey, whether it's for a paid organization or for Toastmasters. All right, at least I see one yes. Now, I'm going to share with you, like the Toastmaster mentioned, three things that as a leader you need to be clear on, you need to adopt, and you need to be practicing. Number one, it's all about a leader who not only knows the way, goes the way, but shows the way. This quote from John C. Maxwell is all about leading by example. If I don't know what I'm talking about, if I don't know how to use OBS, how to push it into Zoom, how can I make a presentation? But how can I even share my knowledge with someone else? If one of the previous speakers who was using StreamYard, if he didn't know how to use StreamYard, would you be listening to him? Would you even be believing in him? So we need to lead by example. Number two, now that's not enough. That's about us knowing what we're talking about, using the apps, and then working on them. But here's the number two, and this is one of the most difficult things ever. It's all about the following quote. If you want to do a few small things right, you do it yourself. But if you want to go big, make an impact, we need to learn to delegate. A second quote from John C. Maxwell. What does this put emphasis on? Well, it's not about only delegating. It's about equipping your fellow team member, giving them the right knowledge, working as per their limitations, their areas of improvement, their strength, but also as you're doing that, equipping them and giving them ownership of their responsibilities. Because once you give ownership and they take on ownership, you can just relax and things will run by themselves. Hopefully, but here's the thing, it's not only about ownership, it's about empowering, because as you teach and inspire, you also get to empower your team. But that's not it. I've got a bit over 1 minute left to share with you the third thing, the third tip, which is all about we cannot become what we need by remaining what we are. A third quote by John C. Maxwell, which is about feedback and improvement. It's all about growing consistently, continuously improving. Now, here's the thing. If your team doesn't tell you, Christian, Trello is not working for me. Are you crazy? Why are you asking me to go into MS Teams when I don't even know how to use Skype? So if you don't get those kind of feedback, how do you know that things are working? And if you get the right kind of feedback, guess what? You need to use those feedback to improve. You need to do 3 things or think about 3 things. What to change, what to improve on, and what to drop. There can be applications which, for example, like OBS are great, but doesn't really meet your end when you look at the big picture. So in short, it's all about leading yourself, delegating and tracking what your employees are doing, what your teams are doing, but then also getting feedback from them and working on the improvement. That's all from me. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you need more information, you can either message me here in the Zoom or subscribe to the channel ClearTech Guys, which I think is going to be posted in a few minutes in the chat. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
We have swum at the sea. We have swum at the swimming pool. What about having a quick dip at the aqua park or water park? Would you like? It's time for table topics. Today, in this club, we have a session of table topics where the topics master, myself, will ask a question to a person with the camera on. This person will have to answer, as we do in every single club around the world. However, keep listening, because as soon as this person finishes, I will pick another person with the camera on, and this second person will have to give a 1 minute evaluation. Are we clear? Fantastic. Let's go. If you want to speak, please switch your camera on. First question is an easy one. What is the most exotic place you have ever swum? What is the most exotic place you have ever swum? And this question goes to Susan.
Well, fellow Toastmasters and most welcome guest, I have swum in a lot of places because I love swimming. I can't tell you how much I want to be in the sea, but the most exotic place has to be Barbuda, which is a small island off Antigua, and it's the island that Princess Diana loved. She used to go to K Club there. And to get there, we had to get a taxi, which was just a man in a rickety car who drove us down a dirt track to the most exquisite pink sand beach and aquamarine water. And he cooked us a lobster barbecue on the beach while we swam in that exotic water. And it was absolutely breathtaking and fantastic, because I don't think there was anyone else on Barbuda at the time. So top tip, if you get the chance and you're in Antigua or in the Caribbean, just get a small plane over to Barbuda. It's quite basic. In fact, I think it might be more basic now because it was affected by the hurricanes, but really, really beautiful.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Susan. Now, the evaluator for Susan will be Pamela Benjamin.
You told a lovely story, and I really like how you talked about jumping on a plane to Barbados and gave us a challenge to look forward to that. If you would increase your energy level just a little bit more and use a little bit more gestures so that we could see you swimming in that water or flying on the plane. Maybe flying on the plane's a little too much, but I would raise your energy level just a little bit more when you are giving your table topics answer. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Pamela. Next question says something like this. What is the purpose of the bikini? To hide or to show off flesh? What is the purpose of the bikini? To hide or to show off flesh? And this has a name, deck.
How did I know? How did I know? How did I know? There's only one person who could answer this, and that's me. I remember, folks, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, hello Toastmasters. I remember now, if you're squeamish, please don't listen and look. I remember the first time I wore a bikini. It wasn't a pretty sight. I was about 6 years of age. I think it was a bikini. I found it in the bottom drawer of my mother's. No, I won't go in there. The next time I wore a bikini. Have you ever been to university? Have you ever been to a university party? Have you ever been to a university party where they're drinking cider and they're drinking champagne mixed? Have you ever been to a university party where everybody is bonkers? All of a sudden, I woke up the next morning and I had a bikini on. Now, was that bikini covering my naughty bits? Or was it showing off my naughty bits? And yes, men do have naughty bits up here. We have the naughty bits down there. The bikini was quite disgraceful. My naughty. Now, I'm not meaning to boast, gentlemen particularly, and this may get me thrown out of Toastmasters altogether, but my naughty bits were all over the place. They were rolling down the road, in fact. They are made to cover up, not to show off. I tried on a bikini the other week. I walked down the street. A policeman walked up, got me by the collar and took me, and I spent 2 days in jail. Nick Licani, thank goodness, came and got me out. Thank you, Nick. So the moral of the story is, if you get into trouble with bikinis, Nick is your man. Thank you very much, Mr. Topics Master.
Fantastic, thank you very much. The evaluator for this speaker will be Andrew Bennett.
How did we know that this was going to be answered by Det this evening? This amazing bikini question. And was it an itsy weensy teeny polka dot bikini? I suspect it probably was. Det made amazing use of the camera this evening. I really enjoyed the many different angles that he took us on. He gave us a whole journey on the screen, and that was really exciting to watch this evening. I think if I was to give a recommendation, I would have liked to have seen a little bit of a stagger the morning after. It was just a little bit too normal looking. I'd like to see a little bit of stagger and a bit of, oh my God, my head, you know, after a college party, it's always, oh my God, my head. So let's really stagger, let's demonstrate what we mean. But great use of the camera, wonderful storytelling, and indeed he answered the question, to cover, not to show off. Julian.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Andrew. The next question goes for our newest member, Karen Hall, coming all the way from Naples, Florida, the States. So you are laughing. You won't laugh after this question, I promise you. Question is, sea, sun, and sex. What is the most spicy book you have ever read? Sea, sun, and sex. What is the most spicy book you have ever read?
Fellow Toastmasters, thank you all for welcoming me. Sea, sand, or sex, the spiciest book ever. Let me see. So here's the thing about reading books. I'm actually a listener of books. And I love the concept of visualizing as the speaker speaks. And the spiciest book, let me see, what could that be? I listen all day long. Which book am I reading? Well, I'm actually going to perhaps disappoint you, Julian, and I'm going to say the spiciest book for me is the one that gets my brain swirling a lot, challenge me, and things that talk about boring business, boring digital things, boring conceptualizing your mind, changing your mindset. And the person that I am looking at the moment is .com. It's a guy called Russell Brunson. And the reason that I find that so spicy is because he is a storyteller, and he also demonstrates what he does by doing it himself in his business. So I find that spicy, check. I find that sexy, check. Well, I find him sexy, but that's not here or there. But so .com, Russell Brunson is one of the spiciest books I'm reading at the moment, because it just blows my mind. And that's when I think about, whenever I think about sexy things. And it also challenged me. It puts me in a different place. So Russell Brunson, .com is what I'm reading. That's what I find sexiest, spiciest book. Back to you.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Evaluator will be Mark Cannon.
Dear fellow Toastmasters, isn't it intelligent, sexy? Come on. You could see how Karen Hall just demonstrated and showed how we can take this story wherever we like. Yeah, something that they really liked from your impromptu speech, Karen, was that you gave yourself time to think at the beginning. You showed us, you were comfortable with that, like, okay, let me see, let me think. And then you went for it. You went for it and you told us that, and you guided us through that. Oh, let's see, what's that book gonna be? We were curious about it. And then the sexiest thing came, the funniest thing came, and you told us about that book. I really enjoyed also the way that you used your gestures at some points. You were framed in front of the camera properly. And maybe as a recommendation, I don't know how you feel about that, maybe some more suspense for the book in the end would have been great. Thank you very much, Karen. I really enjoyed it, and I hope that all the Toastmasters here enjoy your first virtual stage impromptu speech here at Digital Communicators. So welcome. Back to you, Julian.
Thank you very much. The next question goes along these lines. If water is happiness, but we are running out of water, does it mean that we are running out of happiness? I repeat, if water is happiness, but we are running out of water, does it mean that we are running out of happiness? This question goes to Marutes.
Yes, yes. Yeah. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. Please repeat the question.
If water is happiness, but we are running out of water, does it mean that we are running out of happiness?
Yeah, I'm not getting the question. Water.
Talk about water.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Tabletop Master. Really, water is very, it is a natural resources which will renew by water. How much ever we used to use this water, it will be renewable. And if you see in some countries like Arab countries, there are so much water scarcity. They used to buy the water, but most of the country have sufficient water. The water used for drinking purpose, they used for agriculture purpose, and they used to water used for construction purpose. Really, water helps in different way. It helps for people, and also the waters are classified into sea water and sweet water, underground water. Underground water and canal water used to drink, it is sweet, and where we see this sea water, it is a salt water where it used to prepare a salt, and rather than that it will not come any use. And if you see the geography of the earth planet, 80% of earth planet is covered by water, and only 20% are there in land. In that we can see Asia continent, Europe continent, Africa continent, USA continent. This all are only 20%. Remaining is covered with water. Like this, water is very nice thing. It helps us to satisfy our dream. Like this, water plays a very important role in every person. And really, when I was very tired or very angry, if I drink a glass of water, it gives more relax. Thank you. Back to tabletop master.
Fantastic. Well done. Well done. Well done, Marutes. Susan, would you mind giving Marutes 1 minute evaluation, please? Susan.
Yes, I'm afraid I couldn't hear much of it. I couldn't hear much of.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. All right, the connection was not the best, so let's move on to the next part of the speech. So please give yourself a round of applause. Now, there are other ways to refresh your mind and your body. One of them is going to the kitchen or to the bar, drop an ice cube or 2 ice cubes, open a can of soda, and enjoy a nice cocktail. And that's what we are gonna do now. We are gonna enjoy a refreshing feedback. The first speaker, do you remember, was Marcano, and her evaluator is Rinku Saha. Please, Rinku, all yours.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Today, my target speaker, Mark Hano, delivered a speech to honor her club, which is Digital Communicator. Congratulations, Marcano, for delivering a wonderful speech, wonderful presentation. What stood out the most for me, your digital presentation, your confidence while presenting it, and your content. When you started with a huge list of clubs, you made a huge curiosity among your audience and you got clicks. Then you explained beautifully why you chose the best club is our club Digital Communicator. Great job done. You expressed your gratitude. Gratitude is the attitude that how much you are thankful to Digital Communicators. Now to talk about area of improvement, energy. Mar, little more energy, a smile throughout the speech because you are honoring your club. So the energy. And I wanted to hear a little more experience how you were before you joined Digital Communicators Club, and now how you became so confident. Perhaps you are a pro in digital tech. So your little more personal story, what you were and how you became so far, so that you attract more members that, oh, wow, I joined Digital Communicator and I become like Marcano. Overall, in summation, Mar, keep up your digital presentation skills, keep up your confidence, little more smile and energy, and little more your story would make this speech to go more higher. You are a great pro, actually. Yes, being a club member, I know how you do things so perfectly. So I can say at the end, winners don't do different things, but they do things differently. And this is what Marcano, our Digital Communicator charter member, and she does things very differently. And today she has established, she has shown a beautiful presentation through her speech. Congratulations, Marcano, and I look forward to hearing more speeches from you. Thank you.
You will agree with me that one of the best ways to refresh yourself is not other than be under that stream of water. Is it not nice? Our second evaluator is long time gone, but never forgotten, Mehul. Please welcome Mehul.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster and club members, the guest. Yes, actually, you are seeing me after a long time. And let's say, and Krishan. It's always a pleasure listening to you. You really inspire me. The way you put together the visuals and the text together. Today, you did a fantastic job on the visuals, the way you presented it, and with the running clock in the bottom, that was a completely new idea for me. At the same time, you got the same idea as Julian has actually on the top a clock, and then now you have a clock in the bottom. But from the visual parts, I think it was well done, very appropriately placed at the right time and the right way. Congratulations on the visual part. If I look at actually the way you presented, you are always confident and you were confident. You went through your material very nicely. Clear message in the end, lead, delegate, and feedback. However, you didn't start with this message in the beginning. I would suggest that you start with the message exactly the same in the end and connect them. That would really help. So what I see is a lot of information came, very important information, but when it was transitioning, so after 3 minutes, you transition to the main message, which was about lead, delegate, and feedback. It took 3 minutes to reach to that point. My suggestion is to shorten it bit out. And most important, I think you use it very much. But this time what I missed was the small storytelling, anecdotes, and the examples will be great. Very good message, good visuals, can work better in the transition and add some anecdotes and stories. It's a great, you are a great speaker anyway. I don't have to say, fantastic, and have a better speak next time as well. Madam, Mr. Toastmaster.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Mediterranean way of having fun is sea, sun, and siesta or party. And that's how we refresh ourselves after a long and hot day. And that's what we will do now. Go for a little party. And if I say this, is because today we have a drill we have never done in this club. We are talking about Hark Master, and our president, Pam Rowley, will explain what is all the fuss about.
Sure will. Thank you, Julian. So the role of the Heart Master is to listen to things that are going on throughout the meeting and ask you questions about them near the end. But as we're a digital communication club, we thought we'd do this by doing it with a short quiz. So I see we've already got a few people joining the quiz, but if you want to join us, just go to Kahoot It and put in the code that you're seeing at the top of the screen there. So that's Kahoot It, and then you just put in 384339. You'll be asked to put your name in, and in a minute you'll see the quiz coming up on the screen. And all you do is you'll get the color coordinated buttons on your phone, and you just press which one for the answer that you think is correct. So you'll see the question on the screen, you do your answers on your phone, and everything else will come up on the screen. Now, I was going to say it's not competitive, but I know this club, it is competitive. So it's about getting the question right, but it's also about being fastest finger first. There may be a prize sent to you at the end of this. So we've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people. Anyone else want to join? You've got 10 seconds left to join. So remember, you'll see the questions on your screen. You use your phone as like your digital, your remote handset. You press the coordinating color for the answer that you think is correct. Are we ready to start? Let's go. Oh, someone's called themselves winning. Let's see if they win. Here's your first question. Who won this year's World Championship of Public Speaking? You've got 20 seconds to answer. Who's been paying attention to Toastmaster News this weekend? Oh, a mixed bag, but most of you are right with Cyril, Junior, Dim. But let's see who was fastest finger first. And it was Rinku. Well done, Rinku. Someone's close on your heels. Let's see how we go with the next question. What was Nick's tech top tip on? Even I've forgotten the answer to this now. I hope I've got the right one. Nick will tell me off. Oh, most of you are right. It was StreamYard. Nick will shout out. It was not YardStream, and it wasn't Stream Gardens. Let's see who got there first. Oh, Rinko's been knocked off by Refreshing Jewel. Christian's in a close second, and Mars there in third place. Let's see how the next question goes. When did Mars say Digital Communicators was launched? If any members get this wrong, they'll be in trouble. Two seconds. Oh, there's a split there because she did say January, but then corrected herself to February. So at least you were listening. It was February 2021. Let's see who's top of the leaderboard now. Oh, Jules still up there as the top. Mars in a close second. Nick in third place. Let's see if this makes any difference. Here's your next question. Where did Christian's quote, lead by example, come from? Well done, everyone was listening. It did come from John C. Maxwell, who's in the lead. I'm going to click on, oh, Jules still there holding that first place. Next question. Who wore the bikini? Everybody's answered, so I'm going to skip. Oh, you were listening. It was Deck. All we ask for now, Deck, is a photo for the next meeting. Let's see who's still up there. Refreshing Jules still up there at the top of the leaderboard. Question 6 of 8. What program did the Toastmaster of the Day use to play the special effects he's used today? Everybody's answered. Oh, there's a split there between, it was actually OBS. I know why the others went for Prezi, because that's what I would have picked if I hadn't known. Otherwise, we know how much Julian loves Prezi. Oh, there's a bit of a change there between Christian and Nick. Are you going to let this happen, Nick? Let's see how we do on this next question. Where is our newest member based? I hope Kieran gets this answer right. Everybody's answered. Let's see where we're up to. Naples, Florida, she is. Well done. 6 of you got that right. Brilliant. Let's see where we're looking on the leaderboard. Oh, there's a few changes going on there. Last question. This is your last chance to knock Jewel off the top of the leaderboard. Last question. Where did we hear we can swim and bathe in the pool and the sea? Oh, a bit of a split there, but it was Moddai Beach in Australia, I think Julian said so. Well done, everyone. Let's just see who our winner is. Here's the Digital Communicators podium. In third place, it's Nick Lacani. In second place, Mark Hanno. And in first place, Jewel was there all the way along, winning. Well done. Watch the post. There may be something in there for you. Back to you, Julian.
Can you hear that? No, okay, good. I have 3,000 or 4,000 people shouting all kind of nice words to Manchester United. There is a game in half an hour. Anyway, let's move. As the night goes and the sun rises, it's time to reflect what we did last night and how good or bad our performance was. For that, we have our general evaluator, Andrew Bennett, who will be giving us his feedback.
Thank you, Toastmaster Julian. Every minute is a fresh beginning, and that's true at Digital Communicators. Here we are with our new 60-minute meeting format. Thankfully, it still allows us a 30 minutes meet and greet before the meeting, where Pamela Benjamin, Toastmaster Pamela Benjamin, was taking us for a dip, and we went to do all sorts of dips during that half an hour before the meeting. It was very magical. Everybody was included. Pam handles her greeter role really, really well. I would like to encourage us as we think about the format this evening. It's been a great session because everything is so tight and compact. There's lots of energy in the room. I enjoyed Pam Rowley's introduction as president, but it was short and sweet. And I found that I wanted some sort of quote from president. So I encourage a 30-second quote within the 1 minute on the timing next time to set us off with a bit of extra inspiration. Toastmaster Julian gave us great visual, great virtual backgrounds, changing all the time, all sorts of things about water and swimming. I enjoyed it all to the full. He is controlling the sound this evening, and sometimes I found that his own sound was a little bit muted, a little quiet. I know there were moments where he forgot to unmute, but there was nonetheless a slightly woolly quality coming to the sound to me this evening. So maybe we can look into that for a future meeting, just so that whoever is Toastmaster has an excellent quality of sound all the way through. But what fun we had with Julian this evening, not the least in those fabulous table topics, which I enjoyed to the hilt, and I'm sure you did too. Tech tip came from Nick Lacani, which was gratefully received by all of us about StreamYard, so that we knew exactly how we could broadcast onto YouTube and other streaming platforms. And Mar's speech, of course, was fabulous as well, with an award ceremony. I would like to comment on my evaluators this evening. Rinku gave us a really fine demonstration of how to match the energy of your speaker. I think this is important in the art of evaluation, that we match the energy of the speaker who we're evaluating. So well done to Rinku for that. And she also remembered to attach the tip to her recommendation. She was talking about the contrast before and after joining the club, and she expressed it extremely well. She gave an example. It's important to give examples. It's important to give demonstrations. It's important always, please, in a recommendation, to attach the how to do something, the tip. And Rinku did that for this evening. So very well done to her. And as I said, a lovely sense of energy and summary. Mayul coming for Christian. Now, Christian, of course, is a very advanced speaker as well as Ma, and he can be tricky to evaluate. And yet Mayul found some very good points for him. The point about transitions I thought was particularly appropriate in this context. And I think the transitions, sometimes when we're against the clock with our speech and maybe we don't have quite the amount of time we thought we would have, transitions tend to suffer in between the main points. So I thought that was an extremely good point to join on to. I would encourage Mayul to be nicely centered and face onto the screen. Sometimes he was slightly profile to us, which didn't quite work for an evaluation, might work for something we're doing in a speech, but not for the evaluation. However, a really fine example of evaluation. And I did also enjoy the recommendation about adding anecdotes, because I think the personal stories make the connection. And in fact, he did make a personal connection right at the beginning. He said, Christian, you inspire me. So he made connection with the speaker and the material. Very well done indeed. Did you like the Harkmaster function and the way we did it this evening? Because that was a highlight of this meeting for me. I can see lots of thumbs up. I'm enjoying seeing thumbs up. Great. That was a highlight of this meeting for me. I thought it was fantastic that we went on Kahoot it. We did that little quiz. We had a bit of extra energy in the room because we were seeing who was going to win and whether we were actually going to be able to get the buttons to work on our phones at all. Mine didn't at one point, but never mind. But we had some fun. I like the Harkmaster role. Another way that I've used it is also within the grammarian role. I've done the grammarian role, sometimes including Harkmaster as well. So that's another option we have. I do like this condensed meeting timing. I think it works for us. I think as we're an entirely on-screen online club, that somehow it holds people's concentration better after their day at work or whatever point in the day. We were very pleased to see our guests today. We saw guest David Carr earlier on. He was coming from part of his working day. He was taking a bit of time out to be with us. And I think to have this condensed timing allows for that to happen and for people to feel comfortable with something that's presented on screen. So I am all in favor of the new meeting timing. I was thrilled to hear you all speak. Remember that takeaway, that whenever we give an evaluation, particularly in the table topics, when we're all put on the spot, try to give the how-to for your recommendation, please. Attach the tip. Great work this evening. Well done to Julian and the whole team. I'm on yellow. It's neat. I'm still there. Great. Wonderful. Off you go. Fantastic meeting, everybody. Well done.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is all. 1 hour, 60 minutes, 3,600 seconds. No 1 second more, no 1 second less. I hope you enjoy as much as I did. And please, let's welcome our president with this lovely picture dedicated for her, Pam Rowley.
Thank you, Julian. I love the picture. I also know why you want the meeting to finish, because Manchester United are playing. You're barred from watching it. Couple of announcements. Please join us our next meeting, the 12th of September. Antonia Harrison will be your Toastmaster. She's already got plans under the way, but members, please log on and sign up for roles. Can I just say, can we give a big round of applause to Nick Lacani, who's just been awarded his second DTM award? Well done, Nick. He's our inspiration. That's it from me. Oh, big warm welcome to Kiran. Is she still with us? Our newest member. I'm sorry you had trouble getting in. Hopefully that won't happen again. Any guests, if you would like to come to follow-up meetings, please send me an email. It's been lovely to see all the guests. It's been lovely to see all the members. I can slow down a little bit now because I've got 28 seconds to go. Unless anyone has got any announcements they want to make, please shout out now. If not, we start on time, we finish on time, and I will see you all the very next time we have a meeting, which will be the 12th of September, 6 for a 6:30 start. It's been great to see you all. See you next time.